Hello and welcome to our very first episode of Theme Hospital. This is using the open source software. It's an open source clone by Core6-th. Now basically it allows Theme Hospital to be played on more modern computers, so like higher resolutions and things like that. It supports Linux 32 and 64-bit, Windows 32 and 64-bit, and OS X as well. You need to install the original game or have the demo of it, so you need the original files, and then this will allow it to run, like I said, at higher resolutions and things like that. So yeah, so you have this user interface, which is a little bit different from the usual typical one that you would see. Yeah, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to jump into the game. Create a new game, and I'm going to sort out the sounds first because the sounds are really loud. Music off. There we go. We'll have sounds. No, we won't have sounds. There we go. Okay, cool. Right, so the first thing you need to do is create a receptionist. So we'll go into, just trying to remember where it is now. Facilities. No, it's corridor, isn't it? That's right. Okay, so reception desk. So 1, there we go. Use your right mouse button to adjust it to where you want it to be, like to rotate it. I'm going to stick that there, and then I'm going to have to hire someone to work the reception. So down here you've got hire staff, so I'll click on that. Some of these details I don't know how well you'll see them because it is such a high resolution, but I can change that. So we'll start off, it's the bottom one that's receptionist. And you generally want to pick someone who is like nice, fun, not someone who is not very nice because, you know, they're not going to do such a good job. With a receptionist it doesn't really matter as much, but still. Like this person, you know. Oh no, perfectionist doesn't give up, that's good. This one, rash and easily distracted. You don't want someone like that. Heckles poor comedians, generally well motivated. Well, this one's got a higher skill level, so I'm going to pick this one. And I'm going to stick it right there. Let me see if there's a music. Oh, there's a music volume. So I would like to have the music on. There we go. Okay, cool. So what we need to do is we need to build some rooms. So I always start by building GP's offices first. Now, I always end up changing the layout again and again because I can never get it exactly as I like it. So I'm just deciding now where to start with the GP's office. Let's get it up on the screen, GP's office. So what you do is you click and drag out the room. It'll go to like a blue colour, the blueprint, as soon as it's a size that is allowed. So if we start here, I'll build a really big GP's office here. And then I can build another couple around the corner. So I'll build this one here, so I can click yes, and then it's going to ask me to put a door. So I'm going to decide where the door is. So we're going to have the door up here, so away from reception. And then I can put some windows down. Basically, the more windows, the happier they are. So, and again, you can just right click. It'll automatically give you all the stuff you have to have for that like room to function, and then you can add other stuff in as well. So first of all, I'm going to put down the stuff that they will make me add. There we go. And then if I go into the cash register there, I'm going to pick all of these, and I'll explain why. The fire extinguisher helps if you have like an earthquake. It helps stop the room from becoming completely trashed. A radiator because they will start whining that they're all too cold. A plant because it looks nice and keeps the people happy. And a bin because it helps on cut down on rubbish. So that's why we're going to have each of them. I'm going to stick the fire extinguisher out the way because we don't need it in view. Radiator somewhere around the middle. Plant pot I always like to have in sight because I just think it makes it look nicer. And a bin by the door. That's that room ready to go. So now I need to hire a doctor to go in it. Normally what I'll do is I'll build all my rooms and then I'll hire all the people, but the people change all the time that you can hire, so it's a good idea to keep checking and grab the good ones when you see them. Like this guy's careless and accident prone, so he's not someone I really want, and he is a psychiatrist as well, which I will need, but I would rather pick people who are better for obvious reasons. Dedicated to helping people with a smile. That sounds good. He can be my doctor for that. Okay, so I'm going to build another GP's office because I like to have at least 2. And I'm going to start this one here. And I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. In fact, I'll make it up here, and then next over there I can put like the psychiatrist office. And this one we're going to put the door around the other side. Because we don't want too many people lingering around this side, it'll clog up reception. Cool. So this one's going to be a little bit more cramped. Let's have his desk there. This filing cabinet can go in the corner, and then this seat's already facing in the right direction, so we'll just plonk it there. And again then fire extinguisher, radiator, plant and bin. Great stuff. Right, so I'll just plonk that down there. There we go. Perfect. So that's 2. So I'm going to hire another doctor now. You can see it's gone down to 7 because I've hired 1, but that will like go back up again sort of periodically, sort of fairly regularly as well. Bone idle, no thanks. Careful and dependable emergency, and he's a psychiatrist. I'm going to grab him while I see him because I'm going to need him in a minute. Ex-quiz show host. Fantastic. But no, I've already got one. Wide range of skills, but again he's a psychiatrist. I mean he can, you know, do regular doctor stuff, but still. Oh, there we go. Fast and diligent. There we go, Mr. Doctor. So I'm going to get a psychiatric place now. Basically, the bigger the room, the happier they are. They feel like really important if they've got a really big room, so I like to try and give a bigger room as I can, but I don't like to waste space either, so stick that there, stick that out the way, the seat for the doctor. And with the psychiatrist you can add other things. You can add a skeleton or a bookcase, and again it just makes them like feel better about themselves. They feel like really important. I don't usually buy these because they are sort of fairly expensive, as you can see, and at the beginning stages I'm you know, like trying to save my money, not sort of waste it on stuff I don't need. There we go. So those bits. So that's the psychiatrist one open. So if you click on him and click on the pincers there, you can just grab him and plonk him in there. So what else do I need? You don't need to start with a ward. I do need a general diagnosis though, so we'll put that here. Ah, I can't put it there because otherwise it's going to overlap the door. So it needs to be that deep. Okay, what I can do is start it from here and have it there. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll have the door there. Stick some windows in. And that. So again, I'm going to stick the same for things in there as well. Sometimes it's almost impossible to fit all these things in a room if you're making the rooms like the minimum size possible. But I do try to get them as close to it as possible. See, we're back up to 7 again now. Careless and accident prone, sly, cunning and subversive. Gets people's backs up. Ex-quiz show host. Oh yeah, he was good. We'll have him there. I like to have more doctors than I do rooms because there will be points where they're in a staff room and they're not available, and I like to make sure I've got enough doctors so that if that happens, no patients are going to be kept waiting, because otherwise they'll just like die, which is no good. We don't want that to happen. Okay, so treatment. I'm going to stick a pharmacy up. You'll need a nurse for that, which I will hire in a moment. It doesn't have to be so big, a pharmacy. They can be quite small, but I'm going to make it neat, so I'm going to make it this size and out a little bit, because I'm going to build the next room out this way, and I'm going to have a little waiting area over here. Try to think ahead, it's always helpful. I will need to stick a bunch of benches down as well. This is the only piece of equipment that you need to put in a pharmacy, but again I'll stick the standard 4 in there as well. Oh, slightly laggy then. As for bugs with this sort of mod, well, it's not a mod, but piece of software, I haven't really found any. It runs really well, I haven't had any problems. I know Fido played it yesterday and it crashed on him, which is no good, but there's autosaves all the time, so he was alright. He went in and it saved about 3 minutes before it crashed, so you know, he didn't really lose anything. Yeah, so that was fine. I'm just looking to employ a nurse now. Fast and diligent, takes frequent baths. I can live with that, I can live with that. Okay, clinics. An inflation clinic. So that's what I'm going to do next. In fact, actually I'll put toilets there. Actually, let's put some benches down, because this is actually opened now, so. There was a little timer down here which I forgot to mention, and that's kind of gone now, so it means we're open. So, benches, I'm just going to get like loads, so there's loads of room for people to sit. So I'm going to start like from the door away. I'll stick a drinks machine down here and another radiator. One by there, and then I'll stick a couple out this one as well. You may find you'll have to add more GP's offices as the game progresses and you go to different maps. You may need to start with like 3 GP's offices, because otherwise you're going to get massive queues, which you really don't want. So you won't have very happy patients and they will just die on you if that's the case. some benches here as well. I'll do some more in a minute.